We are Al-Qatala.
We are the killers. We fight without sorrow. We wage war without sympathy. This is the only way to live and die a true soldier.
Hello guys, this is Gamer in Void and welcome back to another video. So I just finished Call of Duty Modern Warfare campaign on the highest difficulty, that is realism difficulty, and I am going to share with you guys what I thought about the campaign. I won't be saying anything about the multiplayer in this video, so this video would be strictly about the campaign and what I thought about it. Now before moving further into the video, I would like to take a minute to request you guys to please leave a like on this video if you have liked this video, and please subscribe to my channel for more future videos. You can also ring the bell icon to get notified whenever I upload a new video. So with that out of the way, let's dive into the world of Modern Warfare. Call of Duty was a pioneering game in the first-person military shooter genre, and it did garner this praise from its very tightly controlled yet very high quality single player campaigns. The original Modern Warfare, which was called Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, created a sensation when it was first launched. It is widely regarded as one of the best games ever made. Nearly everyone who played Call of Duty 4 fell in love with the game and the stories of the Modern Warfare series. Captain Price, Soap, Ghost, Gaz, they become a memorable name in every gamer's mind. To say that stories in Call of Duty fell from grace would be an understatement really. After Modern Warfare series ended with Modern Warfare 3 in 2011, Call of Duty stories never gained that spark back. Stories became way too generic and not as hard-hitting as the previous games. Black Ops 1 tried to hold on to that spark somehow and it succeeded remarkably, but after that it went completely downhill. It went from bad to worse when they released 3 futuristic games back to back with laughably bad stories. And last year's Call of Duty Black Ops 4 did not even include a single player campaign. People thought that in the era of online shooters, battle royales and multiplayer games, campaigns could well be a thing of the past in Call of Duty's games. And it's safe to say this disappointed me tremendously. I always played Call of Duty for their campaigns. Yeah, I would pop in at times to play the multiplayer maps, but my main focus was on the campaigns, as I loved them. So naturally, as everyone else, I was excited out of my mind when Call of Duty Modern Warfare was announced earlier this year. I was so happy to see the campaigns were not a thing of the past and that COD developers were paying attention to campaigns as well. To top my excitement, even Captain Price made a comeback. But did it live up to the hype that it managed to create? Well, it gives me immense pleasure to say that it did, and it blew it out of the park, even exceeding all my expectations. I genuinely did not expect the campaign to be this good. Let's start off with the thing you will notice immediately after you boot up the campaign: the graphics. The graphics in this game is some of the best graphics I have seen in recent times. The level of polish and detail and realism this game managed to showcase graphically is on par with games such as Red Dead Redemption 2 and even exceeding that in some areas. From facial animations to environments to textures to lighting to shadows, everything is perfect and realistically portrayed here. The characters talk and interact in a way as real humans would. The facial animations deserve special mention, as right from Captain Price's beard to Farah's chiseled face, everything is crafted with meticulous details, and it fires on all cylinders. It is a cliche, but this might be the first game where I can truly say that yeah, it felt like playing a blockbuster military thriller movie. Infinity Wars were not playing around when they said that they were using a completely revamped engine to make this game, and this shows in every aspect of the graphics. I am so happy they finally got rid of the Quake engine, which was seriously not up to the mark anymore. If you compare this year's Modern Warfare to last year's Black Ops 4 graphically, it would almost seem that these two games are from two different console generations. Yes, it is that good. At one point in the game, which I would not spoil, all you will see on your screen is a hand, and believe me when I say that, it looked exactly like a human hand. The graphics are beyond impressive in this game and you will enjoy every bit of it. Coming to the next most important bit of a Call of Duty campaign, perhaps more important than the graphics is the story. You would not enjoy a game no matter how good it looks if the story is bad. Now story is a subjective thing, I know, and I would say that what I felt playing this game. To my surprise, Infinity Ward has hit this ball out of the park too, man. I think this is the best Call of Duty story I have ever played. Yes, I would go that far to say that the iteration of Modern Warfare is perhaps better than the original. I simply loved the story. The pacing, the action, the acting, and everything was absolutely top notch. The developers already mentioned that the campaign would have some very disturbing things, and boy oh boy, they were not joking around. I honestly never felt this uncomfortable while playing a game, seeing certain scenes and depictions. It is hard to say without spoiling, but know this much. Some of the scenes that you will witness and actions you will take part in will punch you in your gut. There was a point in the game when I had to pause the game for a minute as I was thinking what I just saw, and the fact that all these things are a part and parcel of the world we live in is even more horrifying than you think. The writing and production quality are up there with some of the best games of this generation, and it just goes on to show what Call of Duty developers are capable of producing narratively when they are given the time and resources to achieve their goals. The game garnered much controversy because of these depictions of very disturbing scenes, and I am so happy they just flipped a finger to the SJW morons and did what they did. These things are horrifying, true, they are happening in our world, and it is immensely important that we, as a privileged general mass, get to know these things rather than living in complete denial in a snowflake world. I hope more developers have the balls to do something like this and show the true horrors of the geopolitical system we live in, rather than engaging in political correctness. Lastly, I would want to talk about the gameplay. While gameplay is not very important in Call of Duty campaigns, as we all know they are just glorified shooting galleries, it is almost unbelievable that the developers even managed to improve and polish the gameplay too. As I said in the beginning of the video, I completed the game in the highest difficulty, that is the realism mode. It is basically the veteran difficulty with no HUD. I would implore every one of you to play this game at the realism difficulty. This game does not even feel like a Call of Duty game anymore on this difficulty. It transforms it into a tactical shooter. You can no longer run and gun like you do in most COD campaigns. You get killed in with 2 shots or even 1 if it hits you on the head. You have to stick to cover and hold on to your dear life, occasionally popping your head up to shoot the enemy. The gameplay also feels massively improved due to the near perfect animation work that has gone into this game. The way the soldiers move, the way they handle the guns, the way they move out of the fire and react when they are shot, the way they interact is perhaps the best NPC interaction I have seen during actual gameplay and not in a cutscene. It feels almost next gen, as I have not seen something more dynamic and realistic portrayal of human movement in any video game in recent memory. By now you would have guessed just how impressed I am with the campaign. The only gripe I have it is the overall length, and especially the length of some of the early missions. They are criminally short, some as short as 5 to 7 minutes if you play on normal difficulty. This bummed me out quite a lot, as I was really expecting at least 9 to 10 hours of single player story, but all I got is a mere 5 to 6 hours, or 7 hours at max if you play at the highest difficulty, which is quite disappointing to be honest. Call of Duty Modern Warfare features one of the best campaigns the series has ever given us, filled with complicated politics, quiet setups and brutal moments of violence. It's a grey world in which it may be impossible to stay on the side of the angels if you are to stay effective. I felt fear and regret. My heart thumped in my chest and my pupils dilated. It's a thrill ride that wants to impart a message, but the message carries little insight and no answers. This is a fucked up way to do things, and the game states, but there may not be any other choice. So that was my thought about the campaign of the new Modern Warfare. I am so glad and pleased with what they have done here. I cannot wait to see where this series heads next narratively. Thanks for watching this video folks. If you liked the content, please drop a like and subscribe to my channel for more in-depth game reviews, benchmarks and more. Take care and bravo out.